Welcome back to the Nerdery. I'm JD.
And I'm Jimmy.
And I'm Austin.
And we are so tired. Except for this guy.
I'm exhausted.
He's exhausted? Okay, we're all exhausted.
I'm still JD.
Nice to meet you, JD. We're exhausted.
We're
Hell
exhausted.
So we don't really have a topic of discussion this week.
Fuck.
But, Jimmy, I see you brought books. Well prepared this week.
Yes.
I have 4.
I got the memo.
I have
Wait, there was a memo?
I have 4.
You have 4? We both have 4
We
this
both
week.
have 4.
Check
get a
that
memo.
shit out.
I think 4 is a good number.
No
4 is a good
memos?
number.
Oh.
It is a good number.
We don't spend too much time. We can get in what we want.
Yeah, that's my jersey number.
Number 4.
Yeah.
There you go. We'll stick with that then.
Number 4 is back in the penalty box. Big surprise there.
Yeah, where's your review, Austin? You said you were going to bring... Is it
Don't review your
Kindle?
phone.
It's not a phone.
Are you sure that's not your phone?
Hang on. I'm pretty sure this is my phone.
No.
That's pretty close.
Pretty sure.
You sure you
I'm
don't
kind of
get
tired
mixed
right
up
now.
every once in a while?
No. This is way too big to be a phone.
I thought you were going to bring like a Lego set or something.
Do you want me to bring Lego sets?
That's what
I
you
can-
said you were going to do.
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't think I did. Check the
Oh,
tape.
God, his memory. No, well, we will, and I'm pretty sure you said you would.
I think I said I'd review anime.
You,
And
Oh, yeah, you
manga.
can review anime.
yeah,
that's cool.
fine, whatever.
I feel like I'm being judged for, liking
We
anime.
don't have time for this.
Do we?
No, not really. We're
There's
too
blood
tired
on her
for this
forehead,
shit,
man.
dude.
Oh,
I bet
damn.
you're gonna die.
Well, I mean, we all gonna die.
Just so you know, we are watching, as always, something. No, we're watching the Justice League Dark animated from DC Studios.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers Animation.
Well, that is terrifying. I was not prepared for that today.
Yeah, well, be prepared because
I-
you're going to be dealing with some serious supernatural shit.
I know,
in
I've
this
seen
one.
Justice League Dark.
Yeah,
It's
pretty
a
awesome.
great movie.
You don't have to tell me you know. You just kind of comment along with me. I mean,
Well, I could comment
get
along with
the-
you, or I could just tell you that I know and make you look like a fool.
So anyway, this and pretty much all the Justice League animated films are on Hulu right now.
Oh shit, if only I had Hulu.
So
Probably
okay,
get on
JD
that,
has Hulu.
man. You don't have time for Hulu.
I don't.
Yeah.
I barely have time for Netflix.
Yeah.
Still waiting on Postal. That's the reason we have Hulu.
Yeah, that. Dude, if you haven't read Postal, go out there and pick up some trades. That book is awesome.
It's actually in the after the first run break. So
Yeah.
according to Brian Edward Hill, Matt Hawkins, and Isaac Goodhart, it will be coming back. It's just they're taking a little hiatus, get the creative juices, let it renew.
Well, yeah, and they've probably got a lot of other projects that need to be overseen. I mean, Matt Hawkins does put his name on the books that he writes, and there are numerous ones.
Yeah, not only
So-
that, but running a Top Cow.
Yeah.
And then Isaac, he has some stuff coming out. Check out his Instagram for all the latest coming from him. And then Brian Edward Hill is actually doing a lot of stuff for Marvel right now. So they're all definitely busy.
Yeah.
So, and not only that, but they originally wrote Postal to be like 6 issues. And then, oh no, we're going to move it to 12. Oh no, we're going to take it to 18.
And
25.
I like how Matt Hawkins took all these, up and coming titles that he had and tied them together.
Yeah, and the way he worded that, it was like, it's not something I planned, it's just, it happened.
It felt like the natural progression of things.
Yeah.
It was like I could tie this in here, and holy crap, I've got a universe that I've created. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's like, the birth of the Marvel Comics universe or DC Comics universe. It's just, I hope that it keeps growing.
And it was
he expands
immediately
on
the
it.
Edenverse.
Yeah.
And that was really cool.
Yeah.
Because I'm the one who really, I was just blown away by the Type number 1.
Yeah, I
And
know you were, man.
I lucked into that. Like I needed something else to review that was out of my wheelhouse.
Was it before that you said you were a capes only?
Yeah, capes and masks, man.
Yeah.
Give me the superpowers.
Yep.
And guy said, okay, well, how about this? It's very realistic. Writer's been around a long time. He's been doing this a long time. But it's kind of crazy. I think you'll like it. So you know what? It's something different. nothing else, I'll read it, give it a review, tell people what I think about it. And I loved that book.
Yes, you do.
And then I found out, oh, he wrote this, and he wrote this, and he's got this coming out, and this coming out, and this coming out, and I gotta read it all.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I hope this endeavor does grant them some serious fruit. You know, and they will go forward with their careers. And it looks like they're on the path to doing so. I mean, if you've got one of the creators actually working for Marvel now,
Yeah.
you know, that means that, hey, big dogs took notice.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
And then Matt Hawkins' Golgotha was originally almost strictly a Kickstarter book. And it took off, and now, you can go to your local comic book shop and you can order you Volume 1 of Golgotha, and they are currently working on Volume 2.
Very nice.
Which I think Brian Edward Hill is also working on that.
Okay.
Which is absolutely amazing. I was lucky and I saw his tweet about it and went and funded the Kickstarter and got my name in the back of the book.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Yeah, I got them. I got an autographed copy, and I got a bunch of stickers and pins and posters and stuff, and the book, which is the main thing I wanted. With my name in the
Came
back.
with everything: stickers, pins, no book. Strangely, I know.
Which is what I wanted. I wanted a book.
But I didn't get it.
Yeah, I'm jacking your juice.
Go for it.
I'm a juice jacker.
I suppose you're going to jack my juice.
You know, these things happen.
It's terrible.
Is it though?
But definitely pick up Golgotha. That is more of a sci-fi book. What?
Just you.
Me?
Yeah.
Random. Just the Drop It Hit compilation. It's like how JD's mind works. Yeah, but a lot slower.
Yep. It actually slowed the video down.
And that's what's going on in my
Catch what's
brain.
going on. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Guy jumping and smacking himself on the top of a door jamb.
Oh yeah, man, that's great. I love that tone. It's a nice tone. Tone. Like back in the day, George Lucas would have sampled that and used it in Star Wars.
He probably would have. Would have been like some sort of weapon blast of some sort.
Yeah.
Or you know, debris hitting a metal hull of a ship, or
You know, the laser cannon is a tension support cable for a power line.
yeah. And, I think the actual lightsaber sounds come from dry ice.
It's a condenser mic,
Condenser mic.
and it is actually amped up the low end feedback.
Yeah. And
So that's what you're
recorded
hearing.
The dry ice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the dry ice hitting each other. Yeah, that's pressed dry ice.
Yeah.
But the sound of it just like being there and moving is a condenser mic directly in front of the speaker, with the lows turned all the way up to where they're feeding back, and the highs and mids are cut out of it. So that way you get the little Doppler effect of it moving in front of the speaker is what it is.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, for a brief time I thought I wanted to do sound effects.
Uh-huh.
How'd that turn out?
Man, you gotta go through a lot of vegetables.
And the industry is kind of dying off. Foley artists are
Mm-hmm.
rare tapped talent nowadays.
Yes. They do get paid pretty decently, but you
Yeah.
spend a lot of money on vegetables.
Yeah. There's a lot of things required.
Just odd stuff.
Wasn't the Predator sound made by rubbing a pumpkin?
No,
What am I thinking of? There was some famous thing that was made by rubbing a fucking pumpkin.
no. Actually, apparently, was it you that told me that Peter Cullen did the voice for?
Oh yeah,
Predator?
yeah.
Yeah. The guy who did Optimus Prime in New York.
Mm.
He did the voice or the sounds for Predator.
I could have sworn there was some famous sound effect that was made by fucking someone rubbing on a pumpkin. I could be wrong about that though.
There probably is.
I just can't
I mean,
remember
you
what
could,
it's.
You could probably YouTube that and find out.
I could. Probably it.
Yeah. Brian Edward Hill.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty wild.
So is it like space sci-fi?
Yeah.
Cool.
Anywho,
We have
Anyway.
books to review.
We do have books to review.
you have books to review.
This is my favorite
I reviewed it. It's my favorite. There we go. We're done.
because my name's in it.
It is. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Look at that.
That's cool. Whenever you do, you know, like, if you haven't contributed to a Kickstarter and you know you feel like doing so, sometimes it's pretty cool. I mean, you get some. Sometimes whoever you're funding will actually send you the product. They'll, you know, you get some extra goodies like JD did. You got stickers and all kinds of neat shit, including the book. But that's a pretty cool thing to get into, and getting the autographs. You know,
That's specifically why I went to the bracket that I did.
Yeah.
Is because I could get the signed copy.
there you go. That is pretty awesome. So,
I actually contributed to another Kickstarter recently.
oh really?
It's How to Think When You Draw by the Etherton brothers out of England. So it was a bit of a markup for shipping because it's shipping internationally,
Yeah.
and then of course monetary conversion.
I do.
But it's going to be supposed to be a huge book, and it's not just how to draw. It's what kind of mindset you should be in when
you
drawing
draw.
specific things, and how to get yourself into that mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see that.
For
Really.
yeah, speaking of ordering from Britain, I got my friend for Christmas the 10th anniversary of signed edition of what book was it? It was one of the Brandon Sanderson books. I think Mistborn. 10th year edition, 10th year anniversary edition, signed. God, that thing was expensive. But it was so cool. I didn't tell him I was ordering it. He just fucking got a package one day and he opened it up. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Hell yeah.
Should I pick you up a bottle when I'm out next time?
No, I'll get one. I left all my juice over
Over there? Oh, okay.
I can see it, but I don't want to leave camera. And our producer's busy producing. I mean,
Well-
I knew that, but I wasn't going to say that on the air.
I mean, we were going to keep it, you know.
Ambiguous.
There's nothing in this.
Yeah, no.
Hmm.
Sad.
No.
Sad.
Circus. Is that the Circus Cookie brand?
That is the Circus Cookie brand.
Cotton candy?
Yeah.
God. I don't know why. Why would you want to vape? It's too sweet, dude.
It's good, though.
You might as well just be eating cotton candy at that point.
If I had some, I would. Yeah, that's mine, too. Yeah, I've already
Oh,
rewound
Jesus.
once today. Let's go for another one.
Fuck you, I tried.
But yeah, books.
Books. That's where I was trying to go, but you want me to go
I'll
first?
tag you in.
Okay.
All right.
Going in first. All right. I've got some Deadpool-centric issues here. I've got some good news for you, Austin.
Okay.
And I'll start with this book. I've got Star Wars Thrawn number 5. And this book has been really awesome. I think it's a great way to get into the head of the character and see how he rose to the rank and through the ranks of the Empire to get where he was. Because, you know, for the Empire to have an alien, a non-human
Grand Admiral.
Grand Admiral, that's pretty
Literally,
fucking
he
impressive.
was the
Yeah.
only non-human Grand Admiral.
That alone made me pick this up because it was like that's just how the fuck did this guy get where he was, and this book illustrates it beautifully. It really goes into the politics and the way his mind thinks about, you know, dealing with situations and all that stuff.
See, I hate to cut in if you don't mind.
Yeah, go
but
ahead. No,
there
you're
was
a
a
big
book.
fan. I
There
know
was a
you are.
book, you know, Thrawn, and I was like, holy fuck, you know, we're finally gonna, because you know Disney declared everything, you know, extended universe non-canon. You know,
Right,
they've brought
right.
back some things like Thrawn, you know, but what almost 40 years of books was just declared non-canon. And that really sucked because, you know, it really went into Thrawn and how, you know, he, like you said, went up the ranks and became a Grand Admiral. So when they released the book Thrawn, I was fucking ecstatic. I'm like, oh, great, now we get to see the canon version of, you know, how this all happened. it was so fucking disappointing.
Really?
That book, like maybe a third of it was on Thrawn. And I can't remember names, so forgive me, but like the rest of the book followed some like random Imperial girl who's apparently big in like Rebels, like the TV show, and I'm like, I haven't seen Rebels. Who the hell is this person and why should I care? Go back to Thrawn being awesome. And it's just it was kind of like it went from like one chapter of Thrawn was like, well, you're a captain, you know, technically, and then the next chapter he's like, oh hey, I'm an admiral now, and you're like, that's a fucking huge gap.
This fills in that gap.
Okay.
And the next issue is the last issue.
Okay.
So once I get that one, I'll get it all together, and then it'll be yours, brother. Because I know you love this character.
He is hands down probably my second favorite Star Wars character.
Yeah, and this is the only Star Wars title I'm picking up from Marvel. This is it. I don't have. I mean, there's plenty more out there. I'm just not picking them up. I'm picking this one up because I like it. I think it's awesome. It's a good read. And say crank it up to 11 and blow your eardrums out. It's awesome.
I'm sorry, what?
Exactly. Next up, I got The Punisher, issue 226. This is the continuing adventures of Punisher War Machine. Yeah, Nick Fury basically gave him the keys to Rhodey's armor, and he's been running around the world with it since. It's taken out despots, dictators, mercenaries, all kinds of nasty people, and he is starting to go after the remnants of Hydra now. He goes to Baron Zemos and tries to take him out. A couple of Avengers show up to try and take him out and tell him he needs to get back the armor. Well, let's just say the team was half and half on that. A couple of the Avengers have plans, and they involve Frank Castle still donning the War Machine armor. This is an awesome series. I think it started at about issue 218.
So it's been going for a minute.
Yeah, it's been going for a minute. He's been running around in that armor, and he's actually like using it very well, but pushing it to its limits, of course, because it's Frank Castle.
Is it better or worse than Frankencastle?
I would say it's different because Frankencastle, I have a very deep love for that series. I thought that, you know, it was crazy wonked out idea of turning Frank Castle into a Frankenstein monster, you know, but it was interesting, and I actually enjoyed the hell out of it. The artwork was beautifully done. It was super detailed. The cover art was awesome, and just the character involvement, you know, throwing Frank Castle into the freaking monster kingdom and having Michael Morbius reanimate him. That was insane. And the Bloodstone used to bring him back to being human again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am enjoying the hell out of this title. It's Frank Castle as I've never seen him before, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I want to see more, and I hope he becomes the War Machine. That would be awesome. But you never know. Next up, I got Spider-Man versus Deadpool number 34.
Which I'm stunned it has gone this far.
Yes, and Deadpool keeps saying that in the book. Like almost every issue now. I can't believe we're at issue 34. You figured we resolved the story arc already, you know? But this is following the continuing adventures of Deadpool and Spider-Man, not only in the present tense, but in the future tense. Because the cover actually is presenting a Spider-Man in a wheelchair and a Deadpool that looks very old. A long white beard.
He looks like Master Roshi.
He does, and well, the funny thing is, this story arc starts with them. This is one of two story arcs that's following. This starts them off in a resting home in the future, and,
together.
Yeah,
Of course.
They're besties, you know. So, but this has to deal with a situation dealing with LMDs that have gone rogue, and basically, there's a lot tied into this because you find out that Peter Parker's parents were actually involved with the program in S.H.I.E.L.D.
Wow.
Creating the LMDs, and then they created like a master control LMD that was an AI inhabiting a robotic body. And basically, if they were to allow this AI to, to gain control of the LMDs, it would kill all of humanity and have them replaced.
Oh, wow.
So you have all these LMDs of heroes and villains and all kinds of stuff going after people, and then the Deadpool army of LMDs in the future that are wreaking havoc. This is a crazy, crazy story arc. It's still very lighthearted for the serious tone. I'm still enjoying that.
Is that just a gut on Spider-Man that I'm saying?
Yeah,
He's just
well, he's old. He's old. He had his back broken, and Deadpool blames himself, so he's kind of stuck around with him. And it's.
I'd like to imagine now Spider-Man just sounds like an old Jewish grandpa.
I don't know.
I think that'd be funny.
You can put whatever voice you want to it, okay? Whenever you read it,
I'm
right?
probably not
You
gonna.
need to.
Deadpool, Master Roshi.
Yeah, Deadpool has Master Roshi's voice, and Spider-Man's like, he's like Soul Spider-Man. Oh, jeez.
He might be. I don't
with
know.
the webbing.
I mean, I don't ever recall Peter Parker talking about going to Temple, but
You know,
you never know.
don't.
Anyway, I have been reading Spider-Man vs. Deadpool since issue 1, and I'm still going strong with it. I read every issue, love every issue. These guys, these
JD
characters
really
are.
loves
Shut the fuck up. These characters are great together. They have great chemistry, and I'm glad they are written the way they are. Given this one, also every title I've read this week is getting a fucking 11, so I don't have to say it. Next one is Deadpool Assassins issue 1, and this is the first issue of the series, of course, because it's issue 1. Well, gotta love it. But anyway, there's a lot of fourth wall breaking, mercenary dismemberment,
Really?
and he actually succeeds at taking 2 jobs and accomplishing them in one stroke. Pretty fucking awesome. He goes after these mercenaries. They're trying to kill this rogue hand assassin who's created his own army and all that crap. So these mercs are supposed to drop in from this plane, which Deadpool is on, and they think that Deadpool's going to be helping them. Well, no, he kills them before they ever even drop down, and then proceeds to go and accomplish his other mission.
Hell yeah.
But lots of blood and guts, lots of fourth wall breaking, and definite nods to the reader. So, if you enjoy the wittiness of Ryan Reynolds' Deadpool, I think it's starting to seep over into the Marvel universe a bit more. And it's still classic because it's inspired,
Yeah.
The wit that he uses is inspired by the comics, and ergo the comics are kind of taking that inspired wit and injecting them back into the comics. It's just this weird freaky circle. It's great. Anyway, that's my reviews. Sorry for
Oh, no
spending
problem.
a bit of time on them.
I have the Man of Steel number 3, halfway through.
The weekly.
Yes, this is a weekly title. This is not a jump-in friendly title either.
You better start from the beginning.
Yes, start at 1 and go through them one at a time. And even still, the timelines are blurry.
Blurry?
Blurry.
Yeah, blurry.
So you have Superman here, he's doing this, and this is going on, and then at the end of every single one of these issues, it's a confrontation with something that, for the life of me, I still don't know what it is. And it shows that something, but you don't know what it is.
Oh my god, it's a giant spider like that one fucking tree.
No, it's not a giant spider. If anything, it looks like something from Starship Troopers.
Oh, okay. So it's pretty close.
Yeah,
Pretty
and
close to a giant spider.
and it looks like it should be a yellow lantern because it's shooting off yellow rays everywhere, but there still hasn't actually
It's
been a
shadowy.
confrontation with it.
It's just they're showing they're kind of doing like a Stranger Things season 2 kind of thing.
Kinda, and it just keeps showing it at the end of every single issue.
Ah,
And that timeline is different from everything else that you're reading, so I don't know where it is. I don't know if he keeps remembering this, or if he's remembering the rest of the story and this is now. I don't know. But it's good.
Still
I
haven't
really
seen
if
it.
you
enjoy
start from issue 1.
Start from issue one.
Start right now.
Yeah.
Issue 3. Read only issue 3,
Don't
and
listen
then
to him. He
read
gives
nothing
nothing but bad
else.
advice.
That is true. That was never in question.
I guarantee you, if you started issue 3, you're gonna be like a monkey with a math problem.
You're
It's-
not going to want to read anymore, then.
No, it'll make your head hurt. But
What the
it,
fuck is going on with Superman?
See, what you do is you read 3,
It's this giant beetle thing.
then 2,
Oh, so this
then
is
4.
a limited. I
Yeah.
didn't know it was limited. I thought it was going to be an ongoing.
Yeah, we're halfway through it.
Mm.
But it's Bendis, man. Bendis finally writing Superman. Yeah, I'm gonna be reading it
Yeah,
without question.
that's going to be a landmark. Something big will happen, and hopefully it will be good.
Well, we talked about that a couple last week or the week before. Every time they come out with a Man of Steel
Yeah,
title,
2 weeks ago, because it was last
it's
time
a
I was here.
milestone. It's,
yeah,
they're-
something big is happening. So I don't know. Still don't know. I've got more story, and I still can't tell you. I don't know. Dude, yeah, I need to figure out a way to splice that into the video. Oh my god, it'd be great. But yeah, 5 capes on that one. I am enjoying it. I'm still on the timeline, but it's okay. The story is good enough that the question of timeline doesn't affect it. It's great. This is actually an older issue that has been sitting on my stack to read for quite some time.
And I've read that one as well.
Yeah, Weapon H number 3, which, God, this is just an awesome concept
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
Hulk meets Wolverine, and in
No,
this
no,
issue,
it is how do you say it, JD? You took Hulk and you took Wolverine and
you smashed their heads together and wiped away the blood.
Yep, there you go.
And you don't always wipe away the blood in this book.
No. The Hulk-verine.
But see, here was the thing that I was
just
curious
sounds
about, is if he's able to do one and not the other. And I finally got that answered in this issue. He was able to pop the claws and not turn gray.
Yeah.
No,
He's
green.
gray?
He's gray.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about that. But that is... I didn't think about that when I read that. I was like, that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh. But there's too many Wolverines now. You got Old Man Logan. You got that guy. You got Wolverine's son from an alternate universe. And you got
yeah.
Wolverine's son. And then you got the clone.
And then you've got
Then-
the clone of the clone.
You got probably a shit ton of clones somewhere.
Yeah.
Department H or Weapon X probably stashed a bunch elsewhere. Who knows? And then we've got another one we're going to talk about. But this is really epic. I like the Brood involvement and how Roxxon has weaponized them.
Yes.
That's pretty ridiculous.
And
There's some serious involvement with Roxxon. And
call me crazy, but is that guy that's like running the show with Roxxon, is that Essex?
I don't know.
Because he has a lot of Essex-esque qualities.
He might be. He might very well be. Mr. Sinister.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might be. The red eyes, the glasses, he might very well be. It seems like a very Mr. Sinister type project
I
you're
know.
involved in. Either that or a Wonder Man gone bad, but that's all I could think of accounting for the red eyes. Didn't think of the Sinister angle, though. That's pretty good. What is it? The recent TV series that just came out, Cloak and Dagger, which you can catch
Yes.
on Hulu. It has a heavy involvement with Roxxon. We've seen them mentioned in the past. There was some heavy involvement in Agent Carter, Season 2, Season 1, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but you see some serious involvement in this book with Roxxon and how they're trying to capture the Hulkverine.
Well,
Roxxon was even mentioned somewhat in Daredevil, the Netflix show, wasn't it? Because Elektra, isn't she involved with Roxxon?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think she was hired
Roxxon-
by them.
yeah. You see them peppered throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe as well.
Well, I think in
Well, Nathaniel Essex has been referenced a lot in the Fox side.
yeah,
So, I mean, all the way into Deadpool 2. The
Which I still
Essex
haven't
school.
seen. Still haven't seen that.
Oh, that's not a spoiler, don't worry.
Okay.
And then, of course,
Here's a spoiler.
Logan.
Yeah.
Still haven't
The
seen Logan.
briefcase.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of mentions of Essex, or Nathaniel
Oh,
Essex,
nice.
correctly.
Still haven't seen Logan.
You
So,
need to get on that.
Well, you need to quit getting on my back
Dude,
about that.
it's not my fault you didn't get the fucking memo.
No one sends me these memos.
it was all over YouTube, it's advertised on billboards and
You will see
whatnot.
it.
Oh, Logan? Oh. No, I don't.
You need to see it.
Well, maybe I
Or
will.
cry a little.
Maybe I won't.
Probably won't.
Just to spite you, Jimmy.
Probably cry like a bitch.
I don't cry.
But regular watchers of the show know that I am not the biggest Marvel fan. It's very rare that I'll grab a Marvel title and stick with it, but I am definitely sticking with this. So much so that I'm trying to get everything that came before this with this character.
Yeah.
Because I thought this was where this character started. No, it actually started it was in WMD.
Right.
And it was in something before that.
You know what the crazy part is? Like, I missed all of those.
So did I.
I don't know how I missed them, but I never saw them on the shelves.
Yeah.
Or maybe they were too far down the line. Because once I get to X-Men books, I kind of like,
that's too much time travel. And now we're going to do this, but then we're going to do this. And then,
And then literal just Deus Ex Machinas and MacGuffins everywhere.
Yeah. You ain't kidding.
I'm honestly surprised there's not an X-Men named Deus Ex.
There probably is, actually.
Well, wasn't that explained, what's his name, Forget-Me-Not? Wasn't he explained as the X-Men's Deus Ex, or slash MacGuffin slash fuck all button?
Something. Yeah.
But I am really loving this title. Definitely cranked that guy to 11. That was really cool.
I am in total agreement with you on that. The other thing I liked was how this is kind of his introduction as a character, and how they paralleled the Wolverine introduction, where he is the Hulk and Wolverine, and they're fighting a giant Roxxon-induced Wendigo.
Yeah.
I mean, giant. This
Yeah.
fucking thing gets big. So it makes it that epic battle yet again. You know, that formula is there, and
Yeah.
they're trying to, recapture it. And I thought they did a marvelous job.
Quick spoiler, though. He kicked its ass.
Yes.
So,
And
wait, is it a good guy or a bad guy?
He's a good guy.
He's, okay, see, that was...
More or less.
Yes.
Anti-hero?
He was.
Yet to be seen.
Yeah, he was part of a mercenary group, or a special ops group.
How much control does he have if he hulks
Full
out?
control.
Oh, he's full control?
Yeah, he's fully intelligent, like the Red Hulk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Again, I haven't read anything Marvel in...
Because it was induced.
I haven't read anything Marvel.
It was induced. It was induced like the Red Hulks.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
he
they
was
were taken.
created in Weapons of Mutant Destruction.
Okay. Which I definitely know all about.
I haven't read it. Jimmy hasn't read it.
We know you know all about it. Just shut the fuck up and enjoy.
I,
Anyway, Port
That's
of Earth,
hurtful.
sir.
Port of Earth number
Port of
6.
Earth.
This is coming back after a brief hiatus. Zach Kaplan, who I had the pleasure of interviewing last year about Eclipse, which I can't wait to talk to him again. I could email him to figure out where his inspiration came from for this. But this is absolutely awesome. Issue 5 kind of ended at like a perfect ending point.
Yeah.
Almost. There was a few things left untied, but you could have left it there. But no. Now you have a representative of the Earth Council in an interview on television, and they're going over one of the characters who is an agent. Like, well, were you aware of his mental issues? Well, he passed all his... If he had failed any of his mental checks, he would have gone on. No. From before he worked for y'all, when he was found guilty of homicide and he killed his stepfather, they ruled it as self-defense, but were you aware of this? Well, this is just proof that you can overcome. Well, we're not talking about what he did at the station. We're talking about the events after that. And it just perfectly was able to pick up a story that was like that close to ending and send it right into, no, you haven't even reached the climax yet.
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's awesome. So it was like they almost shut the door on you, but left it cracked, and they're like,
Surprise,
oh,
bitch!
you thought this was over.
Throw the door back open.
Oh, fuck that. Close the door and go through that one.
Yes.
When he closes
how
the
he
door,
wrote
kick
this.
it the fuck open.
Yes. I love how he wrote this. Zach Kaplan is a really, really friendly guy. He really was... He's one of the easiest going interviews I've done. And, man, I should have been a lot more stressed out than I was, because this guy's writing is just absolutely insane. I'm not going to spoil anything in this series. If you haven't read it, go pick it up. This is Port of Earth number 6. Crank this bitch to 11, tear the knob off. Awesome. And my last one.
You know, I thought about picking that one up too, and I haven't read anything else from it. Just
Now,
because
see,
it was Guy.
here's the thing. I have actually missed a few issues. I have them, I just haven't read them. But when I saw that,
That's
just like
pretty
you,
cool.
okay, I'm already getting this. All right, I'm reading this one.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I should have picked it up.
So, Hal kind of screwed up in an issue that I didn't read and reawoke the Dark Stars. And one of the suits finds Guy and jumps on him, and according to Guy in the Dark Star suit, it made everything more clear. And
quick
he is
question.
going to go on this route of punishment across the universe.
What are the Dark Stars?
He's getting to that.
Oh, okay.
Manhunters, but human.
Quick question. What are the Manhunters?
Manhunters were before the Green Lantern Corps.
They were
They were the
robots.
Galactic Police.
Okay.
But they were robotic and they were malfunctioned.
Of course, as robotic police keepers are wont to do.
And let me guess, the Dark Stars are also created by the Guardians?
I don't know. I haven't really read anything with the Dark Stars in it except for this. So, I don't know. But his whole route of punishment and justice across the galaxy begins with his father.
Ooh.
So, the book opens with his father standing outside of his normal bar that, because Guy Gardner's father is alcoholic, beat Guy as a child. He was an abuser. When he's standing outside this bar and a bunch of people walk by, oh, hey, man, we haven't seen you in a long time. Come on in and have a drink. No, thanks. I actually have a meeting to go to. And he turns to walk away. And then here comes Guy in the Dark Star suit. And shit gets a little wild. And I'm not going to spoil it. But this is, out of the Green Lantern books, this is one of the best ones I've read this year.
Wow.
Without question.
I should have picked it up.
Here you go, Jimmy. You can borrow.
Yeah. I'll read it. Thank you.
And I'll let you borrow the next one, too, so you can find out what happens. But after I read
Because
it,
I'm going
of
to want
course.
to.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that way you don't have to commit to a DC title.
So I've only got so much room in my budget, man. Like, for 4 books, these 4 books cost me like $20.
See, that's why I like DC. Draw the line at $2.99, baby.
I know, but I gotta get my Deadpool, man. 2 of my titles were Deadpool titles. Even if one was shared.
But on that one, definitely crank it to 11 to tear the knob off. I saved that one for last for a reason. Out of everything I read this week, that was the best.
Very good, sir.
Hell yeah.
I'm looking forward to reading it myself because that is one of my favorite Green Lanterns.
I'll let you borrow Booster Shot, right? Superman series involving Booster Gold.
No, you did not.
I need to let you borrow that.
Okay.
Because it's very harkened to that.
Okay.
Where you see a lot of Booster Gold's past, and where I gained a lot of respect for him as a hero. It's very much
This is
like that.
You know, I don't read a lot of Green Lantern, but I just really appreciate how, like, all the differences. Like, they're not just like they don't wear the same uniform.
they manifest their uniform.
They like, you know,
it's based on their personality.
yeah, exactly. Even Superman and Supergirl, you know, that it's still the red, white, and blue, you know, cape and, you know, stuff like that.
Yellow.
Yeah. But, you know, like, and even though it's all green, there's just so many differences. You know, they almost don't look like the same uniform, and I actually really like that. You know, it's kind of like what the Bat family does. Is, you know, they all have their own unique style.
One more thing I want to touch on that issue.
Did I?
Because all I did was talk about Guy Gardner, and the title of this
Is
title is
Green
Hal
Lantern
Jordan
Corps.
and the Green Lantern Corps. At the same time, Hal Jordan is helping out Hector Hammond. Takes him to this, you know, pretty much a dead planet, and Hector Hammond, being the telepath that he is, says, I know you're here helping me, you're doing me a great favor, and I'd be happy to repay you. Well, actually, I do need your help. I have this issue. He goes, I already know your issue, and I'm happy to solve it. I will kill every villain in the galaxy. Wait, I don't want that.
Hang on.
And he gives him this hallucination of every villain in front of him dead. And wait, no. This is not what I want. I see where I went wrong. I changed the universe, but I didn't change you. Hal Jordan is my friend. And you just see Hal in his bomber jacket turn around and go, "Who's Hal Jordan?" Shit has gone wild.
Oh, fuck.
no.
Oh, no. Oh, boy.
It's crazy.
So that's a bit of a spoiler for this book, but by no means does that spoil the whole book. But definitely pick up this series. It's awesome.
Very cool.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Who's Hal Jordan? Oh, shit is going down.
What? What about what?
Run on.
Hi.
Hi.
Don't worry, we're not live.
Are we? Wait, we're not?
No.
Shit!
Doesn't mean I have the producer skills to go in and cut this shit, so start talking.
Oh. Well. I mean, I guess I could do...
I like bunny rabbits.
do I don't know why I bother.
Bunny rabbit.
Okay, then. That's,
Awesome.
awesome, indeed, is one word for it.
Very Donnie Darko.
Always curious at all the crap I have back there.
I'm sure everybody else is. What the fuck is that shit behind JD?
Most of it's vegan cookbooks.
Vegan.
And some comics. And some paint. Where the hell does the paint come from? What?
Why do you have
The
paint back
girls.
there?
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Belongs to the children.
Oh.
Oh. As...
Yeah.
Yeah, let's put a paint right next to the comic books.
Yeah,
What could go wrong?
everything.
Nothing, really. Nothing important can ever
Bring
happen.
bags. Bags are for.
That's what-
Why you always bag and board.
Remember,
She's right. She has a
remember,
point.
Don't be a bloody savage.
remember, kids. Only fools don't wrap their tools.
Wow, that's lovely. I like it. Well done.
Coming from the only virgin at the table, probably.
You know, just when I thought you said too much.
Dude, I can take it further. I can just keep
Let's
going.
not.
Don't.
It's not that kind of show.
It's not?
No.
Oh.
We've already discussed this last time. This isn't that kind of show.
Damn it. When can I
So,
start a petition?
This
A bunch
isn't-
of the behind the
this
scenes and
isn't
stills and
sex ed.
stuff are coming out from Aquaman that actually look really promising.
Really?
Yes.
I haven't seen any.
Oh, they're well. You got to be on Instagram. They are all over Instagram.
Are they going with Black Mana?
We have a Black Mana, and we also have Orm.
Okay.
Oh.
He's not Ocean Master, not that we've seen anyway, but he's definitely in it.
Okay.
Which, hell yeah. Which, if we don't get an Ocean Master, that definitely screams that we are going to get an Aquaman too.
Yeah.
Because you can't
Have
not
Aquaman.
have Ocean Master.
I hope that nothing goes wrong.
Tell Warner Brothers to put the scissors down. Put the scissors down. Let the director and producer make their movie and leave it alone.
Justice League had its problems because of reasons that were beyond.
Still haven't seen
anybody's
that.
This is very true. This is very true. But BVS and Suicide Squad suffered from the scissors.
But what came before Justice League? Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman, they left it alone.
Still haven't seen that.
God, you suck.
He has no time.
This is why you haven't been laid.
Because I have. Alright, so if I go see Wonder Woman, I have your guarantee.
I can read your mind, Jimmy. Burn!
I need to just make a list of movies and then just take like a week off work and
Yeah.
just binge them.
Yeah, that's the way to do it.
That's-
Yeah, just
That's
like.
what normal people do.
Is it. Wait, is it
I
not?
think that's called a staycation. I'm not.
I like
Is it not?
They're
Staycations
awesome.
are
I mean, we
pretty
kind of did that on our honeymoon. We binge watched all the Bond movies.
Yeah.
Almost.
I still haven't
almost.
seen, like,
we didn't
the-
make it all the way through
Yeah, there's
Roger
like
Moore.
2 or 3.
I think the
almost
last
there.
Bond movie I saw was Daniel Craig's Casino Royale.
So the first Daniel Craig movie.
Yeah, oh, that was this first?
Yeah.
Oh,
And then you still have Quantum of Solace.
haven't seen that.
Skyfall.
I haven't seen that.
Spectre.
No.
Yep.
I also need to at some point watch the
all
Alien
good.
movies
They were
and Predator
actually great
movies,
Bond.
and then Alien versus Predator movies. Because I haven't seen any of those.
Skyfall was the best.
Did you watch all the old ones?
What?
Or did you watch any of the old ones?
Of what? Bond?
Bond.
Goldfinger, Octopussy, For Russia with Love.
You can skip Roger Moore.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I'm
not
waiting
waiting
to
to
see
see
it.
Moonraker. Moonraker.
Okay, Moonraker's required, but the rest of Roger Moore you can.
But
I mean, what about View to a Kill? I mean, that had the walking in it, man.
It
The
did,
Walken.
but
It's Christopher
The
Walken.
walk-in.
It's Christopher Walken.
I
I
have
can't pull the voice. He
not seen.
was a Bond villain at one time.
If I have, it's been at least 10 years since I've seen a
he
Bond
almost
movie,
has a
an older
Shatner
one.
pause.
Well, they're starting to bring the new movies around more like the old style, but if you don't have the nostalgia of having seen the original,
Yeah,
movies, you
wasn't
don't really care.
the newest one just like old Bond campy almost?
No, that's more.
Which one was? I thought I heard someone was talking about one of the newest, like Daniel Craig's, and like it was way too goofy to be like in Daniel Craig's universe of Bond movies.
I disagree.
Again, I haven't seen them. I'm going off of like what someone told me. So if I'm wrong,
Spectre towed that line,
Yeah,
but I don't
mean,
think they crossed it.
I guess when
Okay.
you bring out the car and things like that, you can try and. I didn't see it as campy. I saw it as nostalgic.
okay. See, but again, I haven't seen it, so this
But
is.
everybody's got their own perspective.
Yeah, because in Skyfall we had the DB5.
Yeah. Well, that was.
There were a lot
quick-
of throwbacks.
quick question.
basically.
Well, I
what
see
is that?
Skyfall as like going back to. Well, what I expected was that them to leave it there. It was like coming full circle because M was being replaced, and it was almost like the opening scene to Goldfinger.
I know.
It was Bond walking into the office and
It was
talking to Moneypenny, and then going in to see the new M.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was not expecting Spectre after that, but Spectre was an awesome film.
Yeah, are they doing more Craig Bond?
No.
No, Craig is done.
Craig is done.
They were looking.
They had
get
to beg
Spectre
him
out.
back for Skyfall and for Spectre.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
But
is
all
there?
of his movies were great. You've got to watch all of them.
Okay,
They're wonderful.
okay. Any word on the new? Bond?
Open the door.
Any word on who the new Bond's gonna be? Do they know yet?
We have discussed that.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I
We're
didn't
not
watch that.
Sure, we're not sure yet.
There are 2 lead candidates, but there has been no official word. And
There hadn't been anything negating either of the candidates since we
Correct.
last looked.
no, not that I've seen. Which Idris Elba is in the running.
Yeah,
Is
Okay.
one of those two
I'd be
candidates.
down for.
I'd be down for
100%
that. That'd be
Bond,
awesome.
'cause
And-
he's got the. He can really put off the Bond attitude.
Yeah, he has the
He
presence.
does. He does. It's
Craig's
very.
doing another one.
What?
What?
When I typed in Bond, it came up with Bond 25 is a 2019 film, and it's Craig on the cover.
Wow.
Somebody's got to be bullshitting.
What?
Just well then,
It's
that
the IMDb, Jimmy. I don't think the IMDb is bullshitting.
Wow.
me.
it could be.
Okay.
So I guess y'all just lied to me. That's hurtful.
Well, maybe they got to squeak another one out of Daniel Craig.
And I know that they have really
Oh, it
wanted to
doesn't say
keep
much.
him.
It's weird because there's rumored people on it, and it says the plot is unknown, but it does say 2019, and it's called Bond 25.
Huh.
But it's got like the little cute new Q, and it says
Yeah.
rumored. And then Daniel Craig is James Bond, but it does not say rumored. And then there's a couple other rumored people, and that's it.
wow.
But
Huh.
he's the one for sure on here. And that's, I mean, I trust IMDb. I'll tell you where I got
Yeah.
that information.
Okay.
So IMDb says Craig is doing one more.
And yeah.
So if that's wrong, blame them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not us.
Because the other candidate, I never can remember the actor's name, but he played Dick Winters in Band of Brothers, and he was also in Dreamcatcher. Played Jonesy in Dreamcatcher.
Oh fuck.
Redheaded guy. But I was really excited to see him as Bond.
I knew most of the people who were in Dreamcatcher.
Apparently, in recent news, they're trying to get Helena Bonham Carter as the villain for this one.
Oh, whoa.
Wow.
Well, wouldn't be the first time. She did play Skynet.
She's pretty villainous.
Mhm.
I like her.
She can be.
Oh, and she could play a great, like, flirtation with Bond and then become villain in the end kind of girl.
Yeah.
She could pull that off.
Oh, yeah.
She did it in Fight
Damian
Club.
Lewis
Damian Lewis. Okay.
was the other one that was real big in the running.
Interesting.
Keep talking?
Just keep
Gotcha.
talking. Okay, well, Jay.
This is going to be interesting. I got to talk to this guy. Don't touch me. I said don't touch me. What the fuck, Austin?
I don't know.
Okay, so they're supposed to start shooting it sometime this year.
Okay.
Okay, that'd be interesting.
Just sounds rather vague.
I
Yeah.
know, like, everything's kept pretty hush-hush, but they've got, like, the release date is November 8th, 2019. But they haven't even started filming as of May, from what that one said. It is very hush-hush.
Maybe because they got Craig back. Craig.
He's the best. I love him for Bond. I'm excited if there's another one.
Again, all I've seen is Casino Royale, and there's
Which,
that.
that was a good one, too.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a really good movie.
Well, considering the first version of it was a Woody Allen, I guess you would call that a JD. What would you consider the first Casino Royale? One with Woody Allen.
Oh,
It's not an homage, but
Spoof.
It's a spoof of Bond.
definitely.
They took an actual Bond film and spoofed Bond with it, or Bond title.
Yeah.
So the first Casino Royale wasn't good?
Well, it wasn't part of the Bond film series.
Because actually, there are 3 Casino Royales.
Okay.
1 official, 2 unofficial.
I'm assuming the Daniel Craig one's the official one.
Correct.
Okay.
Pretty much, if it's by, I think it's Eon Films or Ion Films, it's official.
Okay.
All the other ones aren't. Now, cool thing, one of the co-writers for the Thunderball script actually kept some of the rights to it.
Oh, wow.
And when Sean Connery said, I will never play James Bond again, well,
Never
that
seen
co-writer got together a bunch of money and hired Sean Connery to come back, and he kind of tweaked the script a little bit, and we got Never Say Never Again.
Cool. Is that one good?
Yeah, actually,
Okay.
I really do enjoy that one. It's an unofficial that actually stars an official Bond actor.
Oh, wow.
So a lot of people do mistake that for being an official film, which it's not.
Huh.
But that's the whole purpose behind the title, is Never Say Never Again.
Did that open with him doing like some sort of training drill?
I believe so. It was the
Okay.
one where you had to play the video game, but every time you got hit in the video game, it actually shocked you.
Yes. Okay. So yeah. I've seen that one.
Yeah,
Was
it's
I
good.
haven't.
It's a good film.
It watches like an official Bond film.
Yeah. I didn't know that there were 2 unofficial Casino Royales though.
Yeah, there was one made in Great Britain long ago, and did poorly in theaters and hardly made any money.
It's a shame.
Rightfully so. Because when Bond started out, they expected it to be a huge British hit, and it wasn't.
It was a huge American.
American hit. So that first Casino Royale was actually was done by another company hoping to make a British hit.
So did production studio here in the United States make Our Man Flint to try and cater to the British crowd?
I don't know.
James Coburn, check it out. It's kind of an American James Bond, but it was very trippy retro 60s, and it was more about James Coburn's character kind of like hanging out with the villain a little bit. And like, hey, I'm gonna go hang out with this harem of women you got too, and then we're gonna blow up your base and escape.
No, I expect you to die.
But anyway,
So yeah, apparently we're gonna get one more movie out of Craig.
There we go.
I'm excited for
We
it.
learned
According
something.
to IMDb.
According to IMDb.
We learned
And
maybe.
many other sources, because
I
there's
mean-
other people claiming to have more detailed information about it, but I don't trust the sources.
I feel like after the 2016 election, everybody's become very speculative about things. So
These things happen.
Yeah.
We should be.
But I am a little concerned because it did feel like we didn't get our best Bond with Spectre. I love the new Casino Royale. It's one of my favorite of Craig's run. It's got to be tied with Skyfall because that was such an emotional film,
Yeah.
both as a fan and seeing James having to go through everything that he did.
Wasn't there a scene where he was tied to a chair and some guy like just beat the shit out of him in Casino Royale?
Yes.
Smashing his nuts.
Yeah.
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 See, now we see why Bond
Wait.
can have sex with all these women and never have any children.
That was less than a month ago that they released this information.
Oh wow!
That it was coming out.
All right, so they're filming, almost guaranteed.
God.
Said filming
Calm down.
sometime
They are
this year.
definitely 100%
They got
maybe
like
kind of
half
sort of
determined.
filming.
Oh wow!
Shut up, Austin.
Okay.
They were talking. And
Well, Ion does have
I'll
one
just
of
sit
the
here
best
quiet.
records for keeping things under wraps until they want them to be released.
Yeah.
Is it Ion? Is that how it's pronounced? The EON?
All right, it is Eon. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it says Eon Productions and Metro Goldwyn Mayer Studios have reached an agreement with Universal Pictures to partner on the worldwide release of the 25th James Bond film.
Oh
so it'll
wow!
probably be made
They're
a big
partnering
deal
with
since it's
Universal.
the 25th official film.
Wow.
That's interesting.
I'm assuming that means official. They didn't say that, but this is on like the website 007.com. They're legit. This was their announcement.
Oh wow!
So there you go. Bit of James Bond news.
Which, in case you didn't know, JD's a fan. I have them all, except for I don't have the unofficials. I'm working on it though.
Probably already come by.
The Woody Allen is actually very easy to find.
Well, I believe that. Oh,
The Never Say Never Again you can
Yeah.
find online,
yeah.
but that original Casino Royale is
That's tough.
it's a tough one to get by.
Okay.
I've had a digital copy of it before, but I never actually got to sit and watch it. So yeah, fun stuff and whatnot.
What was this anime you were talking about?
I was told to
earlier?
sit down and shut up, so.
Oh, okay. Congratulations, Austin. I guess you skirted the reviews.
Alright, anime I've been watching, anime I've been watching, manga I've been reading, and short novel series I've
no
been
wonder
reading.
you don't have time for anything else.
I do a week, like, again, I think we talked about this last time I was here, but if I get if I get obsessed with something, I go all in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so
Obvious.
and besides, the way don't touch me, Jimmy. God, what's wrong with you? But, like, my style of reading is I tend to burn through books. Like, I'll just read them, like, I can read, like, an 800-page book in, like, a day, maybe day and a half. I skim, and then I go back and I reread. I reread and I reread and I reread. I'll read a book, 7 or 8
Read
times.
them once you burn them.
I buy another one, Jimmy. Duh. Jesus Christ.
This is why he doesn't talk.
But so, I am on my Overlord, name of the short novel series, anime, and manga that I've been reading, watching, and rereading.
I think you told me that the anime actually spawned the manga.
I believe so. Because what it was is, I believe, is the order. I believe is there was a web series in Japan that was adapted into a short novel series that added a bunch of more characters. Kind of expanded on some stuff. It's not as far along, at least in the American version, as the web novel.
Yeah.
Obviously. Kind of like One Punch Man, has like 1,000 chapters out on the web novel, but it's only on like manga chapter 100 or something, you
Yeah.
know. So it's kind of like that. And then the short novel series spawned an anime, and then the manga is now doing an adaptation of the anime, because the short book series is slightly different than the anime.
They usually are.
Again, you get more characters. It's a bit more graphic. You get more, gore. There's this isn't really a spoiler, but there's a character in the newest book, book volume 7, just released a couple of weeks ago, called the Prince of Fear. In this place, he's called the Prince of Fear, and this is literally one of my worst nightmares. It's a room full of nothing but cockroaches.
Nice.
I mean, that's it, and they eat people.
Oh, well.
That's kind of the whole room.
Yummy.
And I'm like, the anime hasn't caught up to the book series, but just based on some of the stuff that they've included and haven't included in the anime, I can't imagine that they'll keep that in there, or they might tone it down or something, because they haven't shied away from gore by any means, but that's excessive. Nah.
Well, there's a comic book you shouldn't read, The Exterminators.
But it's really good. I mean, I have literally since I first found out that it was a short novel series, I picked up all 6 books that were currently out, and then I picked up book 7 when it came out, and since then I've read all 7 every week. I'll read them because they're short. I can read they're about 300 pages each. I'll read 1 a day. Maybe 2 a day, if I'm not working. So this is like my 3rd or 4th week of reading it.
Damn.
So I'm pretty fucking familiar with this book series now, and I gotta say it's been one of my favorites, honestly. Because we've seen trapped in a video game stories. Whether mediocre or awful, or good. But we've never seen one like this, I feel. It's kind of got that comedy, but it's got a horror tinge to it. Because the main character, the whole point is that he's a elder lich. He's a skeleton. He's an undead. And so, people are fucking terrified of him. And due to the fact that he's been transported and that the fantasy world has now become the real world, he's taken on the personality.
No, it's become his real world.
It's become his real world. It's
Sounds very dark blue.
He's taken on the personality.
Not as graphic as I've seen, but
But
as far as I've seen, not as graphic, but yeah.
but he's kind of taken on this personality of an undead. In the book, he literally describes, man, when I was first talking to these humans, I thought of them more as, insects, something to be crushed underfoot. But after talking with them for a while, I've grown more fond of them. Now I think of them as small animals, rabbits, perhaps. And you're just like, holy shit. And so it just kind of gives you, like, it's comedic because, like, all these people are so grossly overpowered. But if you were, like, a human in this universe, it'd be a fucking horror movie. Just this skeleton who could kill you, So it's an interesting blend, I feel, of that comedy and horror vibe. Because, again, Prince of Fear's room, like, waist deep full of cockroaches.
Nice.
It's terrifying, and I love it, and it's...
And they eat people.
And they eat people. In fact, the line is because they transport people into the room, and the leader, the Prince of Fear, comes up, and he's a little cockroach, about this tall. Fucking cockroach this big would terrify the shit out of me. Especially if he's got a nice cape and he just starts talking to me. He just goes and he's like, hey guys, I wanna thank you. And they're like, okay, what'd we do? And he's like, well, me and my brothers, we're fucking sick of cannibalism. And they're just like, oh shit. So it's very interesting because, like, I just, it's a horror comedy almost, and if I could do spoiler reviews, which I don't know if that's a thing.
Not yet on that one, since it's still pretty fresh.
Okay, because I would love
people some time.
Yeah.
And what was the name of it again?
Overlord.
Overlord,
as in he is the Overlord.
And I cannot remember. I think I've seen the animated on
season 1's on Hulu.
Okay.
I believe it's made its way to Crunchyroll. Kiss Anime, obviously. Season 3 is set to air early July, and I am excited because it's basically been about 3 books a season. You know, book 1, 2, and 3 was season 1. Book 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. So I've only read book 7, which is going to be the first arc of the anime.
Oh wow.
So, from what I assume, you know,
Because everything up to that.
because everything is, if it follows the same
Introduction.
pattern.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I'm real excited because once, you know, that happens, I'm going to watch the rest of the anime, and then I'm going to read the book and catch up and learn all this new information,
Oh yeah.
you know? But it's great. It's based on a video game, right? And so there are these items, you know, called world items, which are freaking game-breaking. Like, literally game-breaking. There's one, this isn't really a spoiler, it gets mentioned in everything, and it hasn't been shown up yet, but it's called Ouroboros, you know, the snake eating its own tail. Its ability can only be used once. Forces the designers of the game to change something about the game.
That's pretty cool.
The again, this isn't a spoiler, but it's one use that's been mentioned in the books. It was used because it's based off I can never pronounce words. I apologize. Yggdrasil, the world tree from Norse mythology. So there are 9 different realms. The one time Ouroboros was used, it was used to ban a guild from a world for a month. So they couldn't travel to that world. They couldn't do quests. They couldn't do anything in that world.
Wow.
So it's really interesting. They've brought in several world items, and I just hope they go into more depth about them because we've only seen a handful and we don't know what they do yet.
Cool.
But we do know that they have been transported to this new world with him, the main character.
Well, all right.
I obviously recommend it. I give it a solid 10 out of 10.
Crank it to 11.
Crank it to 11 on a stairway to heaven. Don't...
It's going to be loud. But quiet.
Yeah, quietly loud. Loudly quiet. I'd recommend the book series. It just goes into more depth, but if you don't have time to read, the anime is still very good. It's what got me into the books, you know? Season 1 starts off a little slow. Give it, 3 episodes, please. Then it picks up, takes off, and never fucking looks back.
All right. Unfortunately, we're all out of time. We do have some obligations.
Yes.
A huge thank you to
Jack's
Elixirs, 322 East Texas Avenue, Baytown, Texas 77520. Or you can go to the website www.CaptainJacksElixirs.com. Be sure to like and subscribe.
Somewhere down there.
They're over in that direction, I believe.
Over that way.
Yeah.
By
It's
Austin.
perfect, Jimmy.
And also be sure to follow us on our various social media platforms. I know I said I was going to get better at that, but, well, I had this week off. No kids for a week, so, yeah. Anyway, but, yeah, follow us on our social media platforms. We're on Twitter, we are on Facebook, and we are on Instagram. And, final thoughts?
I don't have... I don't know.
He doesn't think.
I don't think. Thinking's hard.
He no thinking. My final thought is read some more comics. I'm going to. And please join us next time. And I will let JD finish out. Sorry, I did that all wrong.
Yeah,
it's
you-
terrible.
Holy crap. Hal Jordan doesn't know who he is. That's my final thought. Huge thank you. Be sure to tune in next week. We won't be live, unfortunately, and I know you're watching this a week late. I apologize. We now have access to live, but we are working on getting everything piped over. So we'll be coming at you live again shortly.
Coming at you, Dana, but... Fuck.
Yep.
Patronus?
I fucked it up.
It sounded like you said Danica Patrick for a second.
Maybe.
I'm not really sure what he said.
Coming at you, Dana.
She good looking, but she can't win a race to save her life.
You know.
Oh, hey, now, she did pretty good in the beginning.
Isn't she retiring?
Yeah, she is retiring.
I said in the beginning.
We're now at the end.
It was really exciting in the beginning. Anyway,
Damn.
bye.
Bye.